So I wanted to take you through how you can use the toolkit to actually help inform RFPs in the future so that when you're sourcing a new IFC system or switching providers, you know how you can actually take this toolkit and put it to good use. The portions of the RFP that are going to be supported by the toolkit are largely going to be reporting and then the service level agreement. Seamless is working on defining a core group of measurements that all IFC suppliers will need to track in order to achieve a Seamless Airline certification status. Now, in terms of SLAs, they're really the heart of what you're buying. And so what you want to do is use those prioritized metrics I just mentioned, like the P1, P2, and decide how exactly do you want to ask the suppliers to meet those standards. And so what you could do is you can go through each of these documents, and page load success is maybe a good example, where you want to say they need to achieve it 99.9% of the time. You could have a vendor who scores really well on the most important passenger experience metrics, but if they're not measuring them in the right way, or if they're not measuring holistically each element of the experience, they may not be the right vendor for you. So just keep an open mind when you're going through the scorecard, really making sure that the vendors that are leading are matching your bias towards how you want to derive the customer experience.
In-service events happen all the time, a daily occurrence for airlines. And one thing that's very helpful with the IFC Toolkit is that the EXP documents create a comprehensive picture of what's going on with the end-to-end service every day. If you asked 5 different people what the root causes of the problems are, you probably get 10 different answers. And there's so many moving parts inside the system. Coming up with an effective troubleshooting strategy needs a very directed approach. And we'll take a look at that approach by using the IFC Toolkit.
We start from a position where the main effort today from a system performance perspective is focused on network or waveform indicators, which are not always completely correlated with the customer experience. So we want to move away from that approach and really move to what we call the QE, quality of experience concept. Globally, we really need to have a standard. And this is really the intent for the Seamless Airlines, to standardize the approach. And based on those measurements, we have put in place a plan. This is a high-level view of the plan for SR6, really focusing on performance assessment validated with the airline. And here, meaning key indicators, scoring for each of those indicators, overall methodology to have a QE scoring overall. So a QE scoring for web QE, a QE scoring for video QE as an example, and the associated methodologies and tools that will be used. So the intent really is to have all this put in place by June 2023.